Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Reports video where I talk about a level I made in Super Mario Maker 2 that is based off of a kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey. So far I have done the Capped Kingdom, Bonneton, the Cascade Kingdom, Fossil Falls, the Sand Kingdom, Toast Arena, and this video will be featuring the Steam Gardens from the Wooded Kingdom. And as you see here, I've got a few other levels. I just put up Lake Lamode today from the Lake Kingdom, and I'm in the middle of working on the Forgotten Isle, New Donk City, and Mount Volbono, and also Crumbledon. This one in particular is giving me a lot of trouble because Crumbledon and the Cloud Kingdom are so small. It's kind of crazy, like what do I do here? I think Crumbledon has a lot more potential, but the Cloud Kingdom is just a big circle with some floating islands, so I don't know. Maybe I'll nix that one, or maybe I'll just combine these two. Let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate some feedback on what you want to see from there, because I honestly just don't know what to do with those. But New Donk City, oh my gosh, it's so good. Steam Gardens, though, that's the focus of this episode. Alrighty, so again, I'm going to play this in Course Maker mode, so that way if I die, I don't waste people's time by having to start all over. So this is the first one I made in the new Super Mario Bros. Style, and I was a little hesitant because I really like the Super Mario Bros. 3 style, and even with the Cascade Kingdom, when I was working on that, you know, it just felt like it was the best to have a dinosaur theme. But this one felt like the best to have the wooded theme. I think I was basically, when I start making a kingdom, I kind of cycle through all the styles and see which one would fit the best. So I went to a forest theme in the original Super Mario Brothers, and I was like, okay, there's that. And then I went to 3, and then I went to World, and then I went to New Super Mario Brothers, and then I looked at 3D World. And I just thought that this one looked the best, the one that would fit nicely. So as you may notice, there's a billion triangles all over the place, and if you played Super Mario Odyssey, you may recall that the Wooded Kingdom takes place in this big biodome, and it has triangles all over the sky, and I thought, how can I capture that? How can I make that small element make it look like I'm inside of something? Because there are trees in the background, and in Odyssey, there really aren't trees in the background. It's more of this big like mountain scenery, but I didn't really have that here, and I thought that it didn't look great with the just basic ground theme, so I kept the forest theme and then went ahead and put these triangles everywhere. And I think that it really captured exactly what I was going for, having this big biodome. These little guys on here, you may remember, are the Steam Gardeners. They are these little robot plants, or plant guys that like to water all the plants. And I think that they weirdly look pretty accurate. They're pretty square in comparison to the more trapezoid shaped that they have in the original game, but I think that they look the part for sure. And so here's all the flowers that they're watering. And then this guy is our Sphinx, which is at the very beginning of the Wooded Kingdom. I think he kind of looks kind of cool. And then we get up here, and then I loved using the red on-off blocks to create that like red Steelworks looking effect. I used all the railing and then even some of the red vines to make it look like it's very iron. And as you can see, I really try to keep that consistent throughout. It all has the same like diagonal design all the way through it. And then if we go up here, we got a little secret area, because you know me, I love my secrets. A little secret cove. Guess I didn't really need that, but you know what? That's okay. And the Wooded Kingdom's not really known for its water. I couldn't really get rid of that because of the forest theme just naturally having water, but I think that it's okay. I think this area in particular in the kingdom has like a little river, so it's not a huge deal. Come on. Ah. Alright, now this guy up here. This is supposed to be an uproot. I don't know if it transitioned as well as, say, the Steam Gardeners or even the Toast Arenas or Bonitors. I really wanted to create some sort of large uproot-like creature, so I had a picture pulled up of him, and he has very dark eyes with little red circles in them, and he kind of looks mean, so I used the saw blades to try to capture that. And then he had little yellowish green leaves coming off of his side. And then, of course, the biggest feature is his giant roots that he is standing on. So I hope that people realize that and don't see it after I tell them, because then it's a failure in that sense. But I will admit that it's not perfect. I think it's, you have to cut your losses somewhere. Speaking of, also here are the, I think they're called Sherms in Super Mario Odyssey, but they're basically just these big green tanks that shoot things at Mario, and you can capture them. And I think that, it's a pretty simple design. They got a conveyor belt for the feet, and he shoots cannons, and he's got little yellow eyes, so it works. And then, of course, as you progress through the Wooded Kingdom, you get to the top of the, I think it's called the Secret Garden, which is where all the flowers are, and it looks like one of the Brutals. What's his name? Spewart, I think his name is. He's the blue one that like spews purple gunk everywhere. He's got the awesome brown hair. He is the one up here. And Boom Boom, he's pretty easy to beat. Gotta get that key though. And so normally, of course, you'd go over here and put the key in the door and you'd be all set, yada yada yada. But, any of my levels, you go over here and find a little secret. Got a little door over here. And this takes you to just a little happy room filled with coins. Not a huge deal, but you know what? Even though coins don't have a huge purpose in most Mario Maker levels, they always feel really good to collect, right? I mean, you're just gonna pass up a room of coins? I guess if you're going for the world record, then maybe not. Alright, well, now we've got the key. Let's go in here. And inside the Steelworks, there's a Fire Brother, and I don't think it's a Hammer Brother. I think it's just a Fire Bro. But they don't have Fire Bros in Mario Odyssey, so Hammer Brother it is, and you kill him with a fireball. I guess it's close enough. Let's see if we go up here. Alright. And now this next part is probably my favorite part of the level. This is the boss fight in Super Mario Odyssey's Wooded Kingdom. This is the UFO, not Knuckle Tech, Torque Drift, that's his name. And he is awesome. He's this big white lotus flower UFO looking thing. I've painted myself in a corner, haven't I? And he's got these little blue boxes that protect him, his little weak points. And so to stop him, you have to hit the bottom of it using an uproot. Well, I couldn't really have you capture an actual uproot, so I gave you a spiny shell. Here's a better look at him. To hit the bottom, just like you do with uproots. See, look at this guy. He's got big yellow eyes, kind of cool. And once you have beaten all four, you've hit all four of the bottom bases, you can collect the 4 coins to get out of the room. You're not actually beating him, I guess, but it's serviceable. Oh man, things are getting intense. Ah! It's a good thing I left these mushrooms here, huh? There we go. Alrighty, now let's get the coin. Fall to our death. And then here's a little bit of an exploit. I put the door on spikes, that way you wouldn't have the spiky hat. But it occurred to me after I uploaded the level, you could just grab a hat, take it with you after the one on your head falls off, and now you have one. Don't do that. There we go. And then the last big element I put in this part of the level are, of course, those green paths that move in the air. They're like made out of flowers and leaves. It's not perfect, but the green snake block does a very good job at that. And then, of course, I wanted to have these nipper plants be, or are they munchers? I think these are munchers. They are kind of the one obstacle of this area. And then the last big thing is you fall. If you played Mario Odyssey, you know if you jump off and land in the ground, you'll end up in the deep woods, and there is a scary monster. Does that look like a T-Rex? I hope so. I don't know. Oh, I died from time. I talked too much. That's okay. I wanted to give him a little brown cowboy hat, but you can't really do that because the brown blocks with wings on them move at a different pace than the gray ones do. So this is just my T-Rex. It's kind of cool. Oh, jeez. And yeah, another room filled with coins. Good stuff. And if you get stuck, you might have seen when I was in the course creator, there's some hidden blocks here for you. And then these are my giant trees. I wanted the deep woods to have proper trees, so I used the brown bricks to try to create those. And if you decide to climb them, there's a bit of a reward at the top for you. Wow, it's actually really hard to do with a small toadette. There we go. And then if you remember in the deep woods, there is another steam gardener who's all gray and rusted up because he's really scared about how messed up the deep woods are. They say that they don't ever talk about them, which is kind of fun. And I bet you can guess what's in this door. More coins! If you play through the level, maybe I shouldn't be showing you all the secrets. Maybe that would ruin the effect. Because I don't think the levels are that hard. I think that they're more fun just to explore. So, if you're watching the video and you have the game, please check out the level. Alright, that is the Steam Gardens. I'm pretty proud of this one. I honestly, when I was making it, I didn't think it was going to work. I thought it would just look like a generic New Super Mario Bros. Level and that it wouldn't really translate into looking like the Steam Gardens, but quite honestly, after really putting some detail work into it, like using the little railing and the red ironwork look effect with all the platforms, and then using the triangles for the veil, and then all these little green vines and the Sphinx, and even the little the flower robots, the Steam Gardeners. It just, I think it's enough to separate it from looking like a generic New Super Mario Bros. Level, and it really sets itself apart. But maybe that's just me talking as the creator. I don't know. I think it works pretty well. Some of these other levels, though, I'm getting a little scared while making them. But we'll see. And yeah, look at this. This looks just like the boss in like a 2D form. He's got like these blue bricks that you have to break. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the Steam Garden. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or you want to know more, shoot me a comment down below. I will try to answer all of them. And I'm hoping to make a few more of these and have them out soon. The last one I just finished was Lake Lamode, and then after that I gotta get back to making the levels themselves because the rest of them aren't made yet. So just give me time, guys. Give me time. And that's all I got. So thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more Nintendo content, jump over to NintendoWorldReport.com. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.